So as soon as we were bringing her on, the phone just dies and says that it did a force close. So, technology just some days doesn't agree. And it's not just with me. I find it. That's almost with everybody that goes live, whether they're on Facebook or they're on YouTube or whatnot. Anyways, welcome back to Tech Talk Live. By now you might know me. I'm Amy Masters. If not, hi. And then today's special guest is Ilinca Blanca, or Ilinca Blinston. So let's see if we can try to get this going again. So sorry about that, guys. Yes, Teresa, take two. Hi, Isabella. How are you today? So as soon as we got Ilinca on, it just froze and did a force close on the Facebook thing and made me redo it. So maybe we can try.
Okay, let's try again.
Hello, hello.
Hello, darlings.
Oh, Ilinca Blinston, you are so beautiful. So
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you so much.
So I'm not sure what just happened. We always know that when it comes to the technical side, we never know. We just go.
I never know. I'm not a very technical person on the modern technology.
I'm learning. I kind of threw myself in there and I'm just learning. So those of you that have not met Ilinca through our group yet, this is Ilinca Blinston, and she has a story so much like so many of ours, where she gave me her bio, and like she's 7 years old and she's polishing her mom's toes, and then by the time she's 15, she's doing her own nail enhancing and stuff, and then life just happens and you decided to go into a different career path. But then later on came back and got licensed and is going full force with the salon owner and all of that. So let's kind of go back to like when you were little, did you really think you would become a nail tech?
Oh no, not in a million years. I was doing them just for fun, and because my mom was liking pampering, and I was liking to play with her hair, to play with her feet, to play with her hands. I was doing whatever I was seeing in the salons, and I knew it she will enjoy, but not in a million years. I was thinking I will become a nail tech or I will become a beautician.
Yeah. And so you took a side path and decided to go into banking and business management and accounting.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so tell us about how that kind of kick-started what you're doing today.
Oh, so I was finishing the high school. I was having to go to the university. Mom was going into the place, and she was going either you go to engineering or either you go in economy, banking, accountancy, whatever. I choose accountancy. My university was really fun. It was university, young, fun. Starting work after 3 months, I was getting really bored. And I was, oh my God, I have to do this for 30 odd years. I'm not liking it. 10 years ago, I met my husband. That it was a completely changing of my life because I moved from Romania. I moved to Dublin in Ireland. After that, we moved to Singapore. After that, we moved back in UK. We moved to Germany, back in UK. And in the meantime, my working, it was being a housewife. So having so many hours on my hands between cooking, cleaning, taking care of the husband, I needed to take care of myself as well.
Yeah.
So I was doing my nails, but I was seeing videos of different things. I was finding out what acrylics are, what gel are, what gel polish is. And I was, oh, this is fun. This is so much fun from when I was in Romania because I'm quite old. I'm 44. So back in the time when I was doing mom nails in Romania, it was the communist era. So it was really, really hard to get information and knowledge from outside of the communism or portal or how to click communist country. So everything it was there. So I didn't know anything about. So found out about gels, found out about acrylics, and I was, oh, this is fun to do. Let's try it. And I was thinking, that is smelly. The gels is running. I don't like this. I don't like the other thing. But I keep trying it. And in one moment, just I did a nail which I was happy with, sort of it. Keep practicing on mine and be aware I was still being a housewife. And in one moment I said to my husband, you know something, I'm bored to sit home. And he was, okay, what do you want to do? I don't know, get a job. And he was, what do you want to be? Go back in accountancy, being a PA, being a something. And I was, no, I want a completely change of career. I don't know what I'm doing. I will think about it. But no accountancy, no desk job, no politics, no nothing. And my husband is so you want to be your own boss? Something like, yeah, that would be nice. Uh, and in one moment, we are going to, I don't know, a restaurant or something, and the girl in there said to me, oh, your nails are really, really nice. Where do you have them done? And I said, I do them myself. Oh, can you do mine? And I am, no, I'm not qualified on this.
Yeah.
And the discussion was over, ending there. And 3 days later, my husband comes, you know something, you really like to do your hair. How about you to go to school? And I go back in school at 40? Oh my God, at 40, me back in school? No, no, no. But I was thinking, you know, the seed, it was there. And I was thinking, you know something, the people are asking me where I'm doing my nails. They are really nice. They are this, they are the other. Why not? And the next day, I was founding a school and I was enroll myself to my first manicure and pedicure course. And from there, I'm still doing courses 3 years later. So that it was my starting point. I finished my course and I was trying to get in a salon. But to get in a salon, you need to have 2 years of experience. No experience for me. There was what I'm doing. The only path for me is either to rent a table in a salon and see how it's going, or to try to push on and try somebody to employ me. By chance, I was going in Asda to do my shopping, and I saw in one nail salon, we are looking for a self-employed nail technician. And I was, yeah, that is fine. At that moment, I was qualified just in manicures, pedicures, gel polishes. I was studying what we are saying in UK, the MBQ level 3 for nail enchantments. And you know, but I wasn't qualified on applying extension. I wasn't qualified on applying tips. I wasn't qualified in anything else. So I was going to this girl. I told the situation how it is, and she was saying to me, "Okay, I can let you do the manicures, pedicures, and gel polishes on 50-50 basis." That, yeah, that is fine. Later on, when we were discussing it, she was, you know something, actually, you are really new. So I can't offer you 50-50. I will offer you 60% for the salon because she was having all the, yes,
Whoa.
yes, she was having all the stuff, you know. And 40% for me. And I was, okay, I'm new. I don't have any client base. I don't have any friends and family because I'm coming from Romania. Or my friends and family, they are there. The only family who I have in here is my husband.
Mm.
And I don't know where to start.
Wow.
So I took the offer. I took the 40%.
Wow.
Yeah. The thing it was on that salon, because in the same time I was going through some IVF procedures. I don't want to talk about those, but I was back and forth in Romania and UK. In one moment, I'm saying, I need a month off because I'm doing the IVF procedure. So I need that month off. And we will see how we're going when I'm coming back. I was coming back and the salon, it was closed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because my manicures, pedicures, and gel polishes clients, they was keep coming back, but there are not very too many of them. Her side of the acrylics and things like that, she was doing once a client, and you never see that client back in.
Yeah.
One of her mistake it was she wasn't using any primer.
Oh, she didn't know her products and she didn't know how to run a business.
No. So for me, even with 40%, it was a great learning curve on what not to do in the business.
Yes. But you don't know till you put yourself out there like that. And that happens so many times because we went to school, now we need a job, and we'll almost take anything. And I tell people it's okay. I really highly suggest that people work into another salon, whether it's rent, commission, or whatever it is, just for that experience before they go on to another one because you don't know what to compare it to. And so what you just described is exactly what I try to stress. Like maybe do your homework, ask the questions, put your best self forward, and then every single commission is negotiable. Even the
Yeah.
big, if they want you, it's negotiable. So before you sign a contract, you negotiate out everything that they're going to use the products that you want to use. They're going to supply you with everything that you need, especially if you're only making the 40%. Because on average, a tech that has been in a salon for a very long time, that the salon is supplying their products, the best you're going to get is 70/30. If you would get an 80/20, you're very lucky. And so just kind of know those percentages of what you're doing because like what you said, you might not have been able to stay there very long because you would not have made the money, let alone you're not being helped and instructed by a salon owner that knows products nor knows how to run the business. So doesn't that just strive you a little bit more and like fuel your fire to be better than that?
Yeah, it is. When you're really new, you want to get in there and do your thing. But for me, it was really hard to know how to start and what it was the point where to start. I didn't have any knowledge of anything in UK. I was really new. No friends, no family. During my training period, I was struggling to get models in because I didn't know where to go for the models. Who to ask for the models. I was having 2 or 3 friends, which they was working when I was in the school. So other students from there was helping me with getting the friends and family in. But when they was finishing, they wasn't not my clients. They was them clients.
Mhm.
So when I was finishing, I was having not even one client.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh no,
sorry about that.
it's okay.
But finishing with that experience, I've learned what not to do in a business. If you want to be a successful business, it was what not to do. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe the leaflets, what she was doing, it is the right way to do. The leaflet in our day doesn't work. Nobody will read ever a leaflet. We'll take the leaflet, we'll do it this, and in the first bin they will throw it away.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, It was a little bit of a pause. Also, some people were saying me, do the Facebook advertising. And I was, why me to put the money in the Facebook book advertising when it is her salon? So I took the idea to her and said to her, you know something, let's put some money in the Facebook advertising and maybe we will get more clients in. She was, oh no, totally dismiss it, totally dismiss it, which, my darlings, it is a huge, huge mistake. But you don't have to put money in the Facebook advertising because Facebook, it is focused on your local area. You know all the selling websites in the Facebook in your local area. That it is what you need to targeting, because you'll not have somebody for 200 miles your salon. You'll have the people who they are 10, 15 miles, 20 miles away from you. It's not like you need, the whole England to know you. If it is somebody who is coming 200 kilometers for you on your nail salon, you are brilliant. You are absolutely brilliant. But this not happen very often.
Yeah, yeah. So, what you were saying is when you work for another company, it is their company, and you're doing all this advertising, and it's reflecting on you in a positive way, but it really reflects on the owner more. And as I see so many hellos and stuff, so hi.
Hello. Hello.
And obviously touching a lot of other people because they're relating to you and saying, yes, I did the same thing, I did the same thing. And so, anyways, when it comes to advertising on Facebook, if the owner of the salon does not allow you to have a personal business page, whether you're commission or, if you're independent and you're a booth renter, you should be doing this on your own. But in Facebook, you need to have a business page linked into your personal page. We actually have a workshop starting next week on this, so you can find that in the events. And with that, you create your own portfolio. So therefore, if you are no longer with that other company, your work is still your work and you can still advertise that, and those people will follow you. It'll be easier for you to rebuild that clientele. And then likewise, what you do is you have your business page, you take a picture, you do your captions and everything in your page, and then you share that onto the owner's page. That way there's still a separate link to you. They're showing that you're independent, but you are still a part of that business. And then if the owner's not allowing that, they're being a little bit selfish. And I can tell you, all my girls, I encourage them to have their own page and then link it into my business page, because it only helped all of us get more viewers. Every time that picture is shared, it shares it into the other person's timeline, and then all of their friends that might not be your friends get to view it, and that's how you can go to that next step. And so oh my gosh, your experiences sound like so many others, obviously. And so sorry, continue on. I just like listening to you and I love your accent.
Oh, thank you. So I was thinking, after the salon have closed, my teacher said to me, okay, you will come, if you want, you come in my salon on the same percentage base like you was having in the first one. And I was, yeah, okay, maybe it will work better. And I was, okay, but you will do the advertising for me, or you will do the leaflets, you will do this, you will do that. And she was, yeah, we will do everything. 3 months later, I left.
And you have to do that. Why stick with something that you know in your gut is not the right place to be, that their vision is not your vision? And in the beginning, we will say anything to get you in. You know what I mean? And so later on is when you get to find out, did their words really mean anything? Or are they, empty words? And so following your gut feeling is so important. And it might be 3 months. Your portfolio in the beginning of your resume might be that I was here for 3 months and here for 3 months. You know what? You just got to do what you got to do.
Okay, so I left and I was, okay, what I'm doing now, I don't know anybody, any salons. I don't have the 2 years experience to go in the salon. Okay, I'm going independent. I'm going self-employed. So what I'm doing, I was okay. I don't have a nail table. I don't have this. I don't have that. I have a few products. Okay, I'm going mobile. The only problem with me being mobile, I'm not driving. So to go to the client's house, I was taking the bus,
Oh,
which sometimes was taking me from go to my house to the client house 1 hour and a half.
oh my
But
God.
I was determined I want to do nails. So doesn't matter if I'm going 1 hour and a half just to take the finished product, the picture to be on my portfolio. So I was thinking the more pictures I have, the more I have what to show to the people. 1 hour and a half, 1 hour, so be it. I did that for 4 months or something like that. And in the end, I was, okay, I have to look to rent a table. I don't want to be on the percentage base. For you girls, the percentage base can work absolutely great. For me, didn't work. Too bad experience, I didn't want to have the third. So I was looking to rent a table. Finally, I found to rent a table. Perfect, brilliant. Was going absolutely fine, but the girl was having the nail table to rent. Also, was having some sunbeds in her shop, and she was pregnant. Yes, we struck a deal for the beginning, which that deal was changed about every 2 months. And in the end, I was paying rent for the table and I was working on the sunbeds 5 days a week. So in between my doing my clients, I was stand up, clean the sunbed, let the next client on the sunbed come back to my client. So everybody was frustrated. I was frustrated. I couldn't do my job in the time I wanted to do it. My client was frustrated because I have to let them to do the sunbeds. The sunbeds client was frustrated because I don't stay and chat with them. And the frustration was building and building and building up. And in the end, I said to my husband, you know something, darling, I think I will go and I will rent something. And he was, yeah, but you have the money. So, what money? You will give me the money. And he was, no. How you don't give me the money? And he was, no, you have to prove me you are capable to run a business. I'm capable to run a business. I'm doing this for 9 months now. Please, I'm the most experienced nail tech and the most experienced businesswoman. But the good part for me, it is my husband, it is an expert accountant and blah, blah, blah. So I can't really fool him. So he was, okay, for 2 months, you'll show me your books. You'll do your books for yourself, you'll do your expenses, you'll do whatever. And if you make a profit, a decent one, he set me a target, then I'll help you. That's okay. Not really nice, but I can accept that. So I was accepting that, not a problem. 2 months later, I showed him the books. I showed him the target. I passed the target, he said to me, and he was saying, okay, now go and look for a shop. That was, we supposed to look for a shop together. No, you go and look for the shop. You know what you need, and I'll come up from the outside viewer to see if I like it for the client point of view. So
Great
here,
idea.
it was a really, really good help. I found few shops, he was dismissing every single one. Till in one day, I still have one client. It is an absolutely brilliant lady. She's 84 years old, God bless her. But she still loves her pampering. And it is the only lady where I'm doing still mobile. And one day I was coming from this lady, my husband called me to meet with him in town, and I didn't take my normal route. I take a nearby route, and I saw this shop, and I said, and it was a big shop for rent in the window, and I was, oh my God, this is absolutely perfect. I have three car parks near me, a big gym it is opposite me. I have Asda near me. Oh, this is absolutely perfect. Speak to the owner in the same day. Next day we come and see the shop, put a deposit down for the shop. 1 month later, it was my shop.
Oh my gosh. And it happened easy. You notice the things that are right, they happen easy.
Yep.
You had to take that bumpy road to get there, but you learned along the way what you didn't want, and then it made it easy. And I talk about that all the time. Follow that gut feeling. Oh, you have me so intrigued. Keep talking. I'm totally inspired. You kind of make me want to reopen a big salon again.
Oh, my salon is not a big salon. It's me and me only.
Oh, it doesn't
So,
matter.
what I'm calling it is the one-stop salon, because I'm doing nails, I'm doing waxing, I'm doing lashes, I'm doing massages. In February, my dream it is to do the facials as well. Fingers crossed.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
The only thing which I was saying I will not do it is the microblading thing. I can't stand the blood. Ugh, no,
Yeah.
blood is not my thing. But I want to learn everything about beauty. You know, not hair. The hair can be somebody else's domain because I need some pampering. So if I'm doing everything, uh, where I'm going for somebody else, you know, to sit there, be pretty for the 5 hours, don't think about nothing. So I need my time for me. So no hair.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about, that period of time where I was actually self-employed and renting a table and setting my rules. You know, I was on that thing, but how you were saying, link your work to your name. On that salon page, I was having a folder called Ilinca's nails. So whatever I was putting up there, I was putting, and also on my Facebook page, because I was a business into the business.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it was beauty links at chocolate tanning and nail.
Yes, exactly.
So I was learning. Yes, I was doing the paid Facebook advertising, which sometimes was working, sometimes it wasn't working. Uh, One of my clients actually told me, you know something, I see the girls posting in selling and buy groups. Why you don't try it? So I was okay. I was going home and I was seeing there are 12 or 14 selling and buying things near my area. And I started to post on each of them. But I started posting on Monday, see what responses I got from Monday. Not posting on Tuesday, posting on Wednesday again. See what responses I got from Wednesday. Make another 2 days gap and post again. You have, how to say this thing, you need to have a presence there, but not too much of a presence, because if you're posting hour after hour or day in, day in, day out, they will get bored with you.
Yes.
I don't know if it is the right explanation, but I'm thinking if I saw the same advert, same advert, same advert, in one moment I will completely blank it and I will completely ignore it.
Yes.
So you need to find your times where to post. For me, the great it is, I'm posting now every Mondays. The Mondays I got the greatest response, and sometimes I'm covering all my week, my spaces who are still free. Uh, Mondays are my space, so every Monday now I'm posting on there. the work from the last week, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I love that you did your homework on that because it's so important and everywhere's so different. Like for Tech Talks, I've tried them on different days, but the days that get the most followers are Sundays. And so therefore, I think what it is you're at home, you're out of the salon, you're out of work mode, and you're ready just kind of mingle around and stuff. That when you're back into work mode, you're back onto buying and selling and all of that. And so therefore, you're right. In some groups, it's going to be more, you're going to get more feedback during a weekday. One of the biggest things that I have found when you do any Facebook advertising, whether you do a paid ad or not, if you look at the really successful ones, they tie in education. You need to create a need for that person. So if you're just saying, here's some nails, here's how much they are, you didn't touch them. But if you said, are you a nail biter? Because this is a before picture and an after picture of a nail biter that I did 10 days ago. The nails are still on. They paid $45. Wouldn't that capture you more? Now you've captured the nail biters or anybody who has a short nail. Then they see 10 days and they're like, I don't know. But if the next week you advertise the same nail biter again and say, now look, it's been 17 days. Now you've captured another audience over like, wow, her stuff holding on. And then you can use that same one and do it again. And it's amazing how many more people you're capturing in using that same theme. You can also maybe, instead of advertising picture after picture after picture, do a video. Videos get so much more interaction. And I noticed on your business page, you do a lot of videos where you're just moving the nails around with the glitter and stuff. And I
oh,
I sat there and
the
watched one and
glitter thing,
yeah.
the glitter and the sparkle, it is the thing. Everybody loves glitter. I'm not a glittery person, but on somebody else nails, I love glitter. I love the sparkles. I love how it's catching the light. Okay, I don't love glitter, but I love rings.
Yes, beautiful. Well, and your nails look beautiful too. You
Oh,
look like if
thank you.
you posed a certain way, you'd be like a Pinterest ad or a cover of a magazine.
So for me, the glitter on the nails is not because I have so many rings. And I think if I put any glitter on the nail, it will be well overwhelmed by my rings. So on my nails, all the time I'm trying subtle things, but not too subtle. Because when the clients are coming in, even if I have just one hand done, which it is the majority of the time, now because I was in Romania, uh, for my mother, it was necessary to do both hands. But they are curious, even if it is one hand, it is, oh, what you have on your nail, or what you done new. It doesn't matter because they aren't complete. They want to see me trying new things on myself. Even they are not willing to try it. They are, oh, I like that nail, but I don't like it as much as you have it. Maybe you can put just a little bit, maybe just half of it, maybe just the smiley line, maybe just fade it down. But they get inspiration from my nails, even if it is just one hand.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
the other one, it is something like 6 weeks growth. And I'm hiding one. Yeah, look at how nice it is.
Well, I guess you're just proving that your nails last when you can prove one hand's way out and the other one's new. I am OCD. I can't just do one hand. It makes me crazy. So I have to sit down and do both. And then usually my toes match. And so I can't do the one-handed part.
The thing it is, I said, oh, I will have 1 hour free, so I can do one hand, and the other hand I can do it when I have another hour free. But that other hour free, I never know where it is.
I know.
So,
So true. And so, you were talking about earlier that sometimes when you get in, uh, okay, so in the beginning, I became, just a nail tech, and so I specialized in manicures, pedicures. I did a lot of natural nail, and I dabbled a little bit into the acrylics. The acrylics weren't like what they are now, and then I decided to go just all in. I wanted to learn the acrylics because they were changing and now there was pink and white, which when I first started, there wasn't even a pink and white. And so when I went all in like that, I was not able to afford still holding all the manicure lines, all the pedicure lines, all the polish lines, all of the acrylic lines. And so eventually you'll find out that you're going to kind of step back a little bit, and then one of those businesses is going to take off and that's going to become your specialty. And that's exactly what happened with me. I ended up having to give up the manicures. Pedicures I still did on my clients, but over the years it kind of switched. The pedicures became gel polish toes, and so it continuously changes. But if you're just starting out, now obviously you've done your numbers and you had to prove to your sweetheart that you knew what you were doing to get to the next level. But sometimes our menu of services can be so large that by the time we add in all those product costs, we realize we can't afford to stay in all of them. So pick the moneymaker one, specialize in that one, and hopefully it's also still your passion, because follow the passion first, I should say. And so somewhere along the way, you're going to realize that you might backtrack a little bit and shorten your menu of services. But at this time, do everything you can. Figure it out and have fun, because I actually miss doing pedicures, but I don't want to buy another throne. I don't want to buy all the supplies and stuff because my overhead goes up. And so it's kind of fun that we have so many. We can have one degree, but we can have so many avenues in that degree. And so play with them all and figure out what your specialty is and go from there. So Joanne says, I do the same thing. I have a client who used to target towards nail biters. I post her bitten nails for her first appointment, and 7 months later, let them know that it's not just one appointment that they have, that it's, okay, sorry, to become a longtime client and commit as they really want nice nails. So what you did is you used education. You targeted a certain specific person, which makes you feel like you're talking directly to them. And when that happens, you create an instant trust, because they're like, oh, they're talking just to me, even though you're talking to everybody out there. Anyways, wonderful, wonderful. And proving that it takes time and the commitment and consistency to be able to work that through. Doesn't always mean that you'll break their habit, but it will mean that they can have nice nails if they're willing to work with you for that. So Ilinca, so you worked with banking and stuff like that. And so I just teached a workshop. It's actually still kind of going, but it was on knowing how to charge, how to do your table costs, your overhead costs, and all of that. How did you get to the point where you knew what to price your services at?
What I was doing, it was starting to label every product, a new product when I was buying it, starting with a date and putting, I was the old-fashioned pen and paper.
I want to put thumbs up all over the screen. It won't let me do that, but you just spoke the biggest words of wisdom. Mark your containers the day that you get them. Yes, keep talking.
Even if I wasn't putting the label on the polish or on the alcohol or on something, I was having a list with whatever I was having in my shop or on my nail or on my table or whatever. So if I'm having this, which it is the cleansing spray, the bottle on my book, it was, I started to say on the 1st of January 2019. When we finish, I will see the finish date. So how much it is this? It is 240 milliliters. I have an absolutely brilliant program which is called Schedule, which allows me to track how many acrylic infills I have done, how many acrylic sets I have done, how many gel polishes, how many everything. So in the end, when this product is finished, my alcohol is finishing, I'm going in the schedule from the 1st of January till the date is finished, and I'm seeing how many treatments which requires the cleanser I have done. Okay, I have done 50, I have done 100. So 240 milliliters or 250 milliliters was enough for 100 treatment. How much it is? To say 3 pounds, 5 pounds. To say 5 pounds for 100 treatment, it is 5p per treatment. So each treatment needs to have that 5p. Each treatment cost me one file because I have my file after the treatment. I don't like to sanitize it, so throw it in a bin. Uh, it's big. Somebody wants to sanitize it, but sincerely, I buy 29p files. They last about one treatment and a bit if it is in pills. So pointless for me to keep it for that big, the file, to sanitize it, costing me more to sanitize it than to take a new file. So I have my 5p for the cleanser, I have my 30p for the file, I price every gel polish while I'm using it, I price every top coat which I'm using it, I price every monomer, acrylic or gel because I'm doing hard gels and I'm doing acrylics. My clients, they are a broad thing because I have East Europeans who they are used with hard gels, schedule. I will put the name of the app who I'm using after we finish the, yeah, that one, brilliant.
Yes. Yes. Thanks, Becky.
Um, so
Oh.
each product, all right, we are back again. Each product have a date when I started, have a day when I finish. Each product, I know how many time I'm using it, so it's really, really, really easy to keep the track how much I'm using it. In top of that, I am okay. So to say 5 pounds, they're in my product. How much time will take me to do that service? To say I'm not a very fast nail tech. I'm not. I can't do an infill in 1 hour with gel polish, even if you kill me. If my life was on the time, I can't do it. So it takes me around 1 hour and a quarter to 1 hour and a half. So I am okay. It is 10 pounds for my hour. That it is. This I'm thinking I am charging. So 10 pounds for my hour. In top of that, I have to charge the rent because the rent doesn't pay for itself.
Yeah.
Somebody else has to pay it. I don't want to pay it from my wages because they are my wages. I don't want to pay it for my profit because it is my profit. So the poor client has to pay it because they receive the goodies.
Yeah.
Okay, right? I put in my effort, I put in my beautiful environment, I put in my electricity, I put in my inspiration, I put in my talent. They have to pay for all of this.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so I should have just had you help me teach the class that I just did because that's exactly the steps, but I go into detail and I actually have the worksheets where you have to fill in how much is this? How much is this? Did you think about this? Did you think about the container that holds the monomer? Did you think about the lotion you give at the end, the paper towels, the sanitation? Because there's so much to it and we don't realize that even if it comes up to a penny per bit per use, those pennies add up and you can't just charge your prices by the person down the street. And I was so thankful to just hear that you went through everything that we need to look at. So I mark my bottles when I get them. Can you see those little lines? That's how many. So because I only do fills pretty much all day because I have my set clientele and because I'm only doing, specialize in the nails, I can just count how many clients that I've done because I've used it on, I do the same system. And so it gets easier if you're just doing one thing. But like doing all the services that you have to keep track of all your facial stuff, all of your esthetician, all your natural nail, your gel, your acrylic, all that. There's so many things to keep track of. I've not ever used the schedule that you're talking about or the Vargo, I think that Becky mentioned, but I can tell you guys have me kind of, I want to research it and see if it's close to what I'm doing. What
Oh,
I know is that my
schedule it
cost,
is
yeah, go ahead.
schedule it is absolutely brilliant. It's free.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds great because I still do everything manually. So whether you go online and do it or you do it manually, there's definitely a way to come up with what your exact costs are. And in salons, you have an overhead cost, you have your product cost, and then you also have your table cost, which is the stuff to hold your products and stuff. And so just know that there's three areas that create your pricing. Oh, and your wage. So really there's four.
It is really important to pay yourself goals. You don't work for free.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing how many people take my class and they find out that they only make like $4 or $5 an hour. They had no clue. So when they have to go through and change their prices, they have to drastically change their prices. And so in the beginning, if they have the knowledge like you have, or they can get into where they know those costs, then they're not having to play catch up for a while to be able to retain those clients. Because sometimes you have to start with a whole new clientele because you're no longer the bargain place. There's a reason why they were going to you. It's because they were getting a lot of high quality for a very low price. And so in your case, you're like, you know what? I am quality and I'm going to take my time on doing this and I'm going to create a fun place for you to go to. And obviously, you yourself can win them over, just your personality. And therefore, people will pay that. Look how many nail techs out there that, okay, let's go to restaurants. I talked about this the other day. We can go get a dollar burger at McDonald's. We know that every time it's going to taste the same. We know the environment is not going to be the cleanest, or we have to eat it in our vehicle. We know that it's not good for us. Or we can go get the $9 burger where we sit in a restaurant or take it to go. And it's good, but guess what? We're paying for that environment. We're paying for that quality. We know that it's a little bit better quality. We're paying to be pampered. And so when you tie in that, people are going to pay for the $9 burger more than they're going to pay for the dollar burger. So I don't know if that's a good analogy, but that's to prove that
No,
it can be successful.
I have exactly the same analogy. The nails places, when we are talking about nails or about salons. Let's talk about salons. There are fast track salons, like they are fast track restaurants, McDonald's or KFC, blah blah blah. They are family run restaurants. They are personal businesses. Mine, I'm considering it is a personal business, but family run restaurant, you'll have a small environment with few tables, good food, sometimes comfort food, and you will want to go there over and over and over again just because you feel good.
Yes.
So that is what I'm trying to present to my clients. And you are having the 5-star restaurants where everything is really nice, tastes good. For me, these are the spas, the very high quality spas. When you are going once or twice a year because you can't afford it, you wish to, but you can't do.
Mhm.
So if you want fast track nails, it is a market for you. If you want family run business or personal business, go ahead and do it. If you want a 5-star spa or a salon, prepare to invest a lot of money, but also will bring you a lot of money in return. But that money is not come back very fast. They will come back within a year, maybe 2, maybe 3. Will not come back just snapping the finger.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it is a market for everybody out there. As
Yep.
long as you know how to sell your product, it is a market for everybody. And that brings me when sometimes I'm seeing girls posting for the first time with nails which are really good, and they are saying, I don't know how to get the client in. Girl, and I saw in the other days a girl who was advertising something like booking in January and you will take the next infill for free. Girl,
No.
you can't do that. You really can't do that. My mother used to say to me, if you are not giving two penny on yourself or on your work, everybody else will not give even that. So price yourself and stick with that prices. Charge what you worth and don't let anybody to say to you don't worth that. Stick with what you know. Stick with
Yeah.
your price. It is the lesson number one because you are saying, oh, I don't have clients, I have to cut the prices. No, why you have to cut the prices?
Right.
To be where I am now, I'm not fully booked. In general, I'm 70 to 80% occupancy on my week, but took me 3 years, 3 long years to be here. And in the moment when I was learning, because for me it was a very steep in the beginning and slow after that learning curve, but I'm still learning about my business. Think about I have this business for 8 months now, and the clientele is still going up. And some of my clients they are moving away, other clients, new clients coming in. So you have to take in consideration your population in your area is not remaining constant. They are
Mhm.
changing jobs, they are get married, they move with the families. So again, we are back on the advertising.
Yep.
And another thing which for me was keeping my clients, it was just be real. Don't try to sugarcoat whatever you are doing. No, just be real. For me, it is, something. This is what I am. You like it, it is okay. You don't like it, fine with me. You will find somewhere else where it suits you better. And this reminds me of a girl who was coming about 6 months ago, and we was chatting along, and she was, oh, I love drama. And I beg your pardon? She was, oh yeah, I love drama. Even with my boyfriend, I need to have drama. And I was, uh, you know, I don't like drama. It's so much energy draining. Why to do drama? But I can be nice and calm. I just can be me. And she was, you don't like drama? No. And
Nope.
if you like drama, this salon is not for you, darling. You can
Yeah.
go and take your drama wherever you want. She was coming back 2 months later and she was, no, your nails are too good. So please don't bring drama in. Let the drama out of the door and take it back when you are leaving.
Yes. Yes. So that I love that story because that's so true. How many people will sit at our table and tell us about so many things? So no joke, when I was early on in my years as a tech, I've always been blonde and a little bit of like blonde, but mentally I'm not. And so therefore I play on that blonde because they say blondes are dumb or whatever. Well, why not play onto that? So I would tell people that they didn't know my past. They didn't know that what my technique was in the salon. They just knew that they heard my name and they came in. And so when they would come in with drama, I would tell them like, I'm a real blonde. That's why I'm only a nail tech. And so therefore, I only have this many brain cells. And for me to be able to do a good job on your nails, I need to retain those. And the more that you feed me with this nonsense, it takes up that space and I don't know that I can do my best work. And no joke, about, I don't know, 5 years after I was licensed and I was doing work, this lady just kept coming in and kept coming in and draining me as well. And I finally just went, "Rrr." And she's like, what happened? I go, you used all of my brain cells. And I've told you over and over again that I just don't have that many, and you've used them all. I cannot finish doing your nails today. I'm done. I'm mentally done. I don't know how you can do this every day. And Anyways, I don't know that that's the right way of doing it, but it worked. And you know that she is still was one of my best clients for many years. And she did. She left the drama at the door, and I gave her my best work. And every time that she sat in my chair, we had more to talk about positivity. And when she left, she felt good. And therefore, she continued to project more positively. She still had the drama, but she didn't bring it to me because she wanted her nails done.
Exactly. It was exactly what's happening with this girl. She saw her nails. She saw they was not nice after 2 months. But they were still on. And she was deciding, okay, I want she to do my nails, but I can't bring my drama in. So,
And they will.
but you can find subjects of discussion. Uh, in UK, we have a big thing about the weather.
Yeah.
So the weather, it is the perfect subject to discuss it for 2 hours.
Yes.
Even it's raining, it's sunny, we are complaining about rain, we are complaining it is too sun, we are complaining of it is too cold, it is too windy, it is too this, it is to that. So you can discuss about weather any time of day.
Yes.
But I think the more you know one person, you rely to them. You know where they are working, so you are asking about work. They are in relationship, they are splitting, they are this, they are that. They are sitting with their mother, they are in the search of the new house, they are in the search of the new job. You can find any subject except drama.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes, because I'm bringing the other subject, sometimes um, the client will have a bad day. It is all right to vent for 5 minutes, but no more than 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I can't take it anymore. Can we change the subject?
Mhm.
But then it is all right to come in and have that 5 minutes of. It is all
Mhm.
right. After that, they are calm down and they sit nice and they will not move the hands all over the place. So
So, so true. I find too that after they vent and I go, okay, take your deep breath in and out, and you got to let it go because it's over now, right? You've found me, and because they always say, I saved this up for you. I just needed some feedback. And I go, now what are you going to do? What's your next step? Because you can't continue dwelling on the same thing. And if you saved that for a month till you saw me again, look how much energy that used up. And so I really turn it into positive. I've done a lot of personality classes. I'm actually going to do a free workshop on here. I'm putting it together about kind of like the true colors base of understanding people's personalities so that you can one be a better coworker or boss or owner, but a better tech for the client. And then the other one that I like to do is called the 5 love languages. And I always will try to figure out what the client is so I know how to approach talking to them because I'm pretty carefree. I'm structured and I'm going to give you the same consistency each time. So if you come in and you're not going to be on time and you're going to make me feel like I'm being disrespected, I have to find out how we can communicate a little bit better. Because sometimes you have to be the mom and say, you know what? That's not going to be allowed in here. Like what you said, leave it at the door. This is my expectations when you're in here. And you can still keep them as a client if you know how to work with them on that. And so, oh, so we've been on for quite some time. Oh my goodness. I can listen to you all day long. And so, one of the things that you told me, which we touched a little bit on, is you wanted to make sure that people knew that this is not a very quick business. If you can build up a clientele that sticks with you quickly, great. I don't want to say you were lucky, but you did that right. But sometimes it's not that easy. It takes a long time to build that up. And so, what kind of, besides advertising, because we know the advertising, but what else, like, did you have luck putting
we
A-frames?
have a really interesting question on here. How do you deal with clients that want to sleep while you do their nails? Offer them a Red Bull.
What'd you say?
To offer them a Red Bull, an energy drink, Green Monster, whatever. Wake them up.
I have
No,
had
just take 5 minutes. give to them the energy drink, they will wake up. The sugar rush will wake them up.
I have clients that work at night and come to see me right when they get off of work. And to be honest with you, I offer them a pillow. I have them lay their head down on the desk with their hands like this, because then I can move my light around. And you know that's the fastest nail appointment because I didn't have to talk at all to them. And I still do their nails. They wake up and they're good to go and they leave me money and they leave. So I offer them a pillow.
So in general, I give them an energy drink or something because I have few clients, they are coming straight from work. And either it is, do you want a cup of coffee or do you want an energy drink? They will take one or the other.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's so funny. Okay, so what other advertising ways besides Facebook? Like what if you're just not hitting
We,
your market?
we have here in UK a site called 312.
Okay.
For I have to pay them 20% plus the VAT in the moment when I will have a client booking to them.
Okay.
I was having a few clients booking to them 1 or 2 times, and after that they become my regular clients for 2 years now, and I will not pay them anymore. But being a so big website, when they are searching nail salons on Worcester, where I am now, okay, the 312 is coming first, and when they are searching there, my name is coming second. So even if they are not booking through them, uh, or even if they are booking through them and they come to my door, in general they are really happy and they rebook.
Yes.
So doesn't matter I pay them once or twice the 20% plus the VAT, because my name it is up there, and my name it is up there 24 hours. I pay them just for the treatment which I do to them.
Right. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Signage is huge as well. You know, some people will use A-frames to pull them in, but don't use your A-frame outside to have your percentage off. Do something like say the question of the week, and it's funny because people will continue to drive by to see what that question is, or the inspiration quote of the day. It will make them read that, and they're always going to link your name positively, and I wasn't even running any specials. I know in our small town where I was before, this lady would write really huge if it was somebody's birthday in the community or if an anniversary, and she would just wash it off and then write on something new. And she was fun to drive by because she always had something inspirational in our window, and you wanted to go to her because you felt positive every time you drove past her business. So there's ways of bringing people in without having to use everything social media, but you need to use every platform you can. So use the A-frame, use the signage, use, the different, apps or on-demand apps are really big, and they'll hire you. Oh, it kind of reminds me of, like, I think over here it's called Jenny's List. So you can sign up, and every time somebody books through that list for you, then, they get their percentage and stuff like that. But make sure that you price that accordingly, because if not, every time these people are going to be like, well, you always gave 20% off. Well, that was just to get you through.
Now, the other thing who I wanted to speak about it was the promotions. Um, I'm not running promotions. I was running it once, and that it was it. Because the people who was coming to the promotion, I never saw them the second time. Or when I see them the second time after 6 months, they were saying, "Oh, but I paid then so and so amount." Yeah, you paid them so and so amount because it was a promotion. Sorry, now it is not the promotion, so you have to pay full price if you want. If you don't, bye.
Yeah.
And in general, it is bye, because they don't want to pay. So if they don't want to pay, they will not your good customers.
Yes.
For me, the good customers, they are the regular customers, the clients who are willing to pay the full price. I have seasonal good customers, and I have every 3 weeks customers. Um, the seasonal customers for me, they are the people who they are not doing the nails in regular basis, but they are doing the nails when they are going on holidays. They are doing the nails where it is Christmas, where it is Easter, where they have a big event with the family. And
Yeah.
these are can be 4 times a week or 4 times in a year. Customer, it is still money who they are willing to give it to me and they don't give to anybody else. So each time when they are coming in, even they are not every 3 week customer, I will still be on point. I will still do my best job on them because they are going to the event, they are going to a wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody in that wedding, 100 and something people, will see my work. So I put my name. So I'm really, really careful with these seasonal regular customers because sometimes they bring me a lot more work than my regulars are bringing me in just by going at the wedding
Yes.
or
Yes.
event.
Yes. And they always say word of mouth is your best form of advertising. And it truly,
Yeah,
truly is. And you need to get where the people want to brag about you. And not just about the nails, about who you are, because that's usually what it comes up as they'll see the nails and you'll be like, I have the greatest nail tech. Every time I leave there, I feel so positive. And look at what she does. She took a picture off of line and we customized it to what I want and she delivered. And they price doesn't usually come up till later in the conversation, but by then that person has already sold you as a tech and as a person. So therefore the person's like, oh, well, you got a lot better, feedback than what I did, and your nails look really good compared to what I did, and you only spent $5 more. And so let your customer sell you. It's the greatest way. Yes, every
yeah,
client is a walking billboard. So true.
And speaking about customers and feedback, all right, I'm sorry to keep you so long,
No,
but
I wouldn't. I'm here till you're done.
all right. But the other thing, I'm looking to the websites of the different nail techs, and they are. If you have your nails done with me, please put a review up there. I never ask my customers to put a review. I ask the new customers, how do you find me? And they are saying, oh, I found you on the Google and I was reading the reviews, which by the way are great. Oh, all right, there are not too many. I have 20 or 25 reviews, but each of my reviews, they talk about me and my work. It's not, oh, she's fantastic. I have great nails, 5 stars, but
Yep.
no, mm, they are taking great length to actually wrote a proper review. And I'm saying to my customers, you know something, if you want to give me a review, please give me a proper review. If you want to give me just 5 stars, please don't do it.
Yep.
Just don't do it. Because the 5 star review, I can go on every other or page and give a 5 star review, but I don't know nothing about
Yes.
that person doing the nails because I never been there. That's why I'm asking them to give me a personalized review because the people are reading the review and when they are reading a 5 line review, they are saying, okay, this person has been there, have sat there. I have persons they are saying, oh, I'm over an year with Ilinca and she did this. She remembers my coffee, how I take it. She remembers what I like. She remembers the favorite color. She remembers this. She remembers that. Or oh, I'm traveling more than 40 minutes just to see her.
Yes.
So they are really, really personalized, and people like to read personalized things, not
Yeah.
just generic things like, oh, she's fantastic, have 5 stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit,
Yeah. And sometimes people leave a review and they don't even know you. I had a review on my page, it's actually still on there, and it said, this salon is like fantastic and she has lots of colors to offer. And I thought, Okay, so I linked it back. She's not even in my area. I've never done her nails. And I'm like, well, thanks for the review. But once again, I was like, okay. So I thought, well, maybe somebody will see that review and go, oh, she has lots of colors. I want to go there, you know? So, but you're right.
Yeah.
When they leave, so but it's that what comes around goes around, that golden rule. So if you want people to leave those reviews for you, you need to leave those reviews for them. And the way to do that on a client is that when you have your Facebook business page and you post a picture of their nails and you're like, I had the greatest model today. Not only did we get to talk about food, which I can't wait to try this recipe tonight, but we also got to do our nails in a new shape or this new color that I have. And then you tag their name in the comments and then that will show up on their page. So you've made it personable. You've talked about them in a positive way. And that's that golden rule. It will come back to you. Then she will leave a positive review back for you. And so we have to project ourselves out there as much as we want them to project it back to us. Oh, so wonderful. Let's see, what else can I ask you? So, when it came to narrowing down what products you're using, how did you get started with your products?
First of all, I was buying some nail polish from eBay.
That it's okay. That is okay.
No, it
However,
was a big mistake because I bought the cheapest one and was staying on my nails for about 2 days.
right, because you don't know who the supplier is, you don't know if that's truly reputable. Not to say that there's
No, and
not, because on eBay there are, but
after that, I was on the Salon Geek and I was looking through the Salon Geek to see what the majority of the people are using it. So I bought a bottle of shellac and a bottle of gelish.
mhm,
I settled out for gelish, not for the shellac. Recently, because gelish in all they are a good company. I'm not saying the nails are staying fantastic. I don't have any problem with them, but them news are not so fantastic.
mhm, mhm. Yeah.
And I have people who they are asking me for nude or for French, and they want a nude color. And I was doing another research, and I settled up for pink gelac, which have a great range of nudes. It is them nudes. They're absolutely brilliant, and they're creamy. They are opaque. They stay well on the nails. I don't have, but on the pink gelac, and here it is what every nail tech will cringe
Mhm.
because I'm using the gelish base coat, I'm using the gelish top coat, and the pink gelac make it sandwich.
Yep. And that's just how it goes sometimes. And I know some places it doesn't allow, their insurances don't allow them to do that. Um, and not to say that the bases and the tops are that much better from company to company, but I might have the base of one, but I'll use like a mood changing or something of another company and then encapsulate it with a good top coat. So know your products of what you can miss and match and know the longevity, but you don't know till you play. So yeah.
And on the other thing, it was the acrylics. On my school, we were starting with NCI.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I found it absolutely, either I was making it too wet, either I was making it too dry, never the right consistency. I was buying something, or I was Googling, and something like neo nails had coming up. All right. Uh, I was buying them. It was a little bit better.
Mhm.
But the thing with them, I never found uh, the base colors why I wanted, the nude color, because to be sincere, I'm not using it colored acrylic. Colored acrylic are for me and me only. My clients, they don't want to. They don't want to have the same design of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. No, they want each time when they are coming in, they want a color change.
Yes.
So for me, it is pointless to invest in colored acrylic because
Mhm.
that one, it means I have to take them off each time they are coming in, and they are not prepared to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so nails, I put it on the side because I didn't find um, the nude color who I wanted,
Hmm.
the the cover color. After that, I was going to put you. Uh, I was all right with making the bead. I was all right with placing and everything else. But when it was coming to file, my hand, it was painful. So I was thinking, I wasn't using in that time an e-file. I wasn't qualified on the e-file, so everything filing on a manual. In the end of the night, I was going home and I was saying to my husband, I'm not going to tomorrow. I can't do it anymore. My hand is killing me. My back is killing me. I can't do it anymore. And he was, yes, babe, we will see until tomorrow. Of course, the next day I was going in the shop as
Yeah.
it is. But I was complaining. And also I was going back in the salon geek. And I was asking everybody what they are using it. And everybody was, so I was getting for the first 30 odds answers, the 20 weighted, 8 it was CGP. And
Yeah.
I was, what is that? I never heard of them. Who are they? But if 28 people from 30 are saying CGP, this have to be good.
Yep.
So, going on the website, buy the trial kit, was coming really, really fast. 2 days later, I was having the kit. And I was having a client for the interiors, and I was, may I try this new product on your nails? And she was, so what is this? And I was, acrylic, but from another company. And she said, yeah, okay, try it. And it was, oh my God. The first bit was a little bit too wet because of the NCI and the nail and the Cuccio thing. It was a little bit too wet. The second bit, it was a little bit better. By the fifth nail, it was absolutely perfect. And when I started to file, I was, it's filing exactly like the hard gel. So easily, just do this, and the nail is done. And I fell in love. So from 1 year in and 3 months now, I'm using CGP.
Yes. And you know what? You can tell that you're passionate about it because you glow when you start to talk about it. And so obviously you found a product that
I'm
works good
calling.
with you. Yeah.
This is working brilliant for me. I'm calling the CGP my Ferrari powder. I can't change it.
Yes. There's two things. One, I want you to call CJP and tell them your story because one, they're going to bring you on immediately as an ambassador because of you. You can sell their product. And sometimes we don't realize that we can make an additional income by linking to the product that we're passionate about. And then to touch base with the other, I have a rule of three on each product that you want to try, whether it's acrylic, hard gel, whatever it is, I want you to try 3 companies. Sometimes if you call the companies, they'll send you a free sampler, which might only do maybe a set. Sometimes they'll have a trial kit because they do give away so many free samples that now they're doing trial kits. So if you call the company and you get the trial kit, that allows you to try it a lot smaller. And these trial kits are not little. They're enough to do a good week or 2 weeks worth of work. And so therefore you really get to try their product. And you're right. Sometimes it's the size of the brush that you want to use for the liquid and the powder ratio. Sometimes it's how smooth it can go on if it's self-leveling, if it's not self-leveling. Sometimes it's the smell. Sometimes the smell of one might be more pleasant to us than the other. And so if you have the rule of three and you try 3 companies, which is interesting because it took you time, but you tried 3 companies before you found what you want. But so I usually find it's three. And if you still haven't found it, it might be that fourth one. But look at the reviews, and then if not, use our page like the Snail Tech Network and put a post on there. I see a lot where people are like, Brobird or CJP. Well, you're going to get the people who are passionate about find one versus the other, or you're going to get a whole bunch of educators on there going, pick this, pick this, pick this. So why not do your own research? Call Bird and call CJP, get their kits and try it yourself. And then your next post will be like, hey, I tried these too. This one became my favorite because of this, this, and this. And you never had to put down the other company. You just highlighted this one of why it worked best for you. And so it's always hard when you put questions out there because you're going to get people's opinion that might not be your opinion. And it might not match your opinion. Oh, I love it. So we've been on for an hour and a half. It went by so fast.
Wow.
And I do want to keep talking, but it is our Sundays, and I want us to enjoy that with our family as well.
Yeah.
I knew when we talked way back when, because it takes months for us to set up these tech talks, guys. This is not something that was quick.
It was over the Christmas period of time. When you contact me the first time, I was going to my husband and I said to him, babe, you know something? And he was, what, Nata? And I was, Amy Masters, contact me. And oh my God, I can speak right now. I was hyper. And he was, calm down.
That's what I want. I want people to be excited to come on and branch out. I mean, I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I mean, you have such.
It's the first time when I did a live on Facebook. First time.
Yes, good. Congratulations. Because you
Thank
know
you.
what? Now that you've stepped out, don't you feel that maybe even in your own group that you're willing to go live and talk about different topics to people? You have an unparalleled knowledge in this industry because you really went for it. What's good is you had a support group behind you that said, I believe in you. You prove to us and we will believe in you. And that's the same way we have to do with our clients. And you have the perfect verbiage to do it. You need to do more lives.
I don't know about more lives because I'm not feeling confident enough to go on my own. Maybe in 6 months' time, we will do another live and talking about what happened since this life.
Perfect. I'm going to write that down because I'm going to hold you to it. Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, I'm forgetting as well. So my calendar, it is the best friend.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, mine too. And I can't use my phone because I'm so scared that if I use the calendar on my phone and something happens to it, that I've lost everything. So everything's written down, so I can't lose it. So, with all this being said, Ilinca, you shared the most passionate, greatest knowledge, and in a positive and such a real way. And I appreciate you doing that. And I appreciate you coming on Tech Talk and just going with the flow. I know you were really nervous, but you're a natural.
In the beginning, I was nervous. After that, I was saying, oh, they can't eat me, so I'm fine.
Uh-oh. So we better end this because I'm having some technical difficulties now.
Yeah, we have the technical difficulties. I will answer all the questions who they have been popped in after the live when I'm going home and
Yeah.
I sit on front of my computer. Thank you guys for being with us.
Yeah.
And thank you for hearing me and hearing my story. I hope you learned something uh, something from it. I hope you learn from my mistakes. Don't worry, you'll do your mistakes too. So
Yeah.
come up and share with us what mistakes you do, because I'm sure I will still make mistakes and I will make mistakes as long as I will be in this business, because it's every day something new to learn.
Yes.
And you know something else? I really enjoy it and I hope to see you in 6 months. Have a
Yes,
nice day.
absolutely. Thank you so very much. So next week I'm coming on Tech Talk. It's on Sunday with Carrie Luszewski. I'm sorry, I always say her name wrong. And she is another global star in our industry. So you guys come on and watch Tech Talk next Sunday with us. And then upcoming, I'm working with Greg Salo, Phoenix Van Dyke. I have Max Estrada. So I have a lineup that's coming up that is just amazing. And I really want to continue on bringing just members of our group on, just like I did with Ilinca, because look how much knowledge we can share with each other. It doesn't always have to be an industry leader out there, but I have the feeling that you're going to be an industry leader someday. I think you're just paving the path for it.
No, my thing it is what I want to do. It is after my facial thing. I want to research how I can become a nail educator.
Yes. So private message me because I can help get you to the next step on that. But the number
Cool.
one homework that you have, which might lead to the educator, is you contact CJP and you tell them your story and why you chose their product. And I would do it in a video. Be different. Don't just text it all out. Do it in a video and email it to them. They might offer you a position just on your own, and you don't know that till you try. So, anyways, I look forward to seeing
Thank you
I
for the advice.
riding on your rainbow.
Bye bye.
All right, bye guys.